Hello, my name is Yammer Abadji, and I recently graduated from Politecnico di Torino in Italy, where I successfully completed both my bachelor's and my master's in science degrees in architecture. Throughout my studies, I had the opportunity to work on many different projects at many different scales, from urban planning and regeneration projects to architecture, interior design, computational design, and adaptive reuse. Alongside my academic work, I also completed some internships in Italy, Germany, and Turkey, and a remote one in the United Kingdom, where I contributed to hospitality, residential, healthcare, and cultural projects. I've always been really fascinated by the experience of the space itself when it comes to interior design. During my academic and professional life, I've always dreamt of being an impactful interior designer who creates memorable spaces and important spaces when it comes to human experience. And this program, Masters in Interior Architecture at University of Westminster, particularly appeals to me because it brings together so many subjects and courses that I'm specifically passionate about. I'm specifically interested in the retail design module because I aspire to be a hospitality and a retail space designer in the future, creating spaces that shape customer experience and to create spaces that are in direct contact with so many people every day. I'm also drawn to the program's focus on heritage and sustainable interventions because my master's thesis actually explored subjects like cultural heritage, urban transformation, and disaster resilience, which made me increasingly interested in how existing places can be readapted and reimagined for the future. Finally, I truly appreciate the program's focus on sustainability and climate adaptive design because I totally see that as the future of architecture and design itself. I believe designers not only have the responsibility to create beautiful spaces, but also to build environments that are thoughtful, sustainable, and relevant for the future challenges. For these reasons, I believe University of Westminster is the ideal place for me to develop myself as an interior designer. Before I walk you through my online portfolio, which is about architecture, interior design, stage design, and some urban design, I'd like to mention that all the drawings, visualizations, diagrams, post-production material, renders were produced and done by me, even though some of them were group projects throughout my academic education. Some of them are the projects that I actively contributed to throughout my professional experiences. This first project is done by me and another friend of mine in my hometown for an actual client in Antalya. It's a residential development consisting of 12 contemporary villas. Through this project, I explored the relationship between architecture, landscape, and private outdoor living. We wanted to give the feeling of a Mediterranean life into a luxury villa. I focused on creating a balance between clean geometric forms, natural materials, and a strong connection between indoor and outdoor spaces. The second project fully belongs to me. It's called Hotel Dune, and it's an interior design proposal for a boutique hotel inspired by Mediterranean and desert environments. The project explores materiality through clay finishes, warm earthy tones, filtered light, and handcrafted textures. I designed several room typologies and focused on creating a strong atmosphere through interior architecture rather than decorative elements. This project reflects many of my current interests in hospitality design and sensory experiences. The third project is a project from my master's done with a group. It's called Youth and Social Center. This project is about adaptive reuse of the former ex Manifattura Tabacchi, which is an old factory building in Turin, Italy. It's an abandoned industrial complex. The goal was to transform abandoned industrial buildings into a cultural and social hub containing educational facilities, performance spaces, libraries, cafes, and community programs to give some life back to the space and open it to public again. And what was really interesting about this project was working with existing structures and exploring how architecture can reactivate neglected urban spaces while preserving their historical identity. The fourth project is a student housing project. This student housing project was developed as a part of a broader urban generation proposal in Turin. In the beginning of this project, we started by analyzing all the building typologies in Turin and picked one for our project. So the design of the site combines urban analysis with computational design methods, using a Voronoi-inspired strategy to organize buildings, circulation, and public spaces. We integrated the chosen building typology into the Voronoi site pattern. My focus was on developing one section of this master plan and translating these urban principles into a detailed architectural proposal. The ground floors follow the irregular geometry generated by the Voronoi pattern. The ground floor was designed as a social and community-oriented level, containing functions like restaurant, supermarket, gym, study areas, and other shared facilities. Upper floors were designed for student residences and apartments, creating a mixed-use environment that encourages interaction between residents and the surrounding neighborhood. This fifth project is a bedroom renovation done by me. It focuses on the renovation of residential interiors, including a master bedroom and a children's bedroom. And through materials, custom furniture design, lighting, and color palettes, I explored how interiors can create different emotional experiences for different users. The sixth project is another interior design project. It's a conceptual cafe project designed around warmth, comfort, and contemporary hospitality. I tried to give more of an appealing touch to a really regular space as a coffee shop where people go take their coffees every day. The seventh project is Belvedere. It was developed during my master's studies as a part of an international design studio focused on a historic site in China. The project is a viewing tower attached to an existing city wall in China, designed to create a new way of experiencing both the city view and the surrounding landscape around it. The form was inspired by the buildings found in the local context, stacking and transforming simple volumes to create exhibition spaces, gathering areas, and viewpoints as visitors move through the tower, where they can also find a coffee shop. The eighth project is Ziranet. It's a hotel project. During my internship at November Studio in Milan, I worked on the Ziranet project in Reading, United Kingdom. The project involves transforming a former monastery and prison, historically associated with Oscar Wilde, into a luxury art hotel and cultural destination. I contributed to interior concepts, layouts, visualizations, and design development. I worked on the initial design proposal of this project. We decided to tore up some already existing buildings, open new courtyards, coming up with new room configurations because the old prison cells were supposed to be turned into 8 to 10 square meter luxury rooms. The ninth project is called Policlinico, and it's the renovation of a children's hospital in Milan. This project is actively coming to life. The aim was to create a more welcoming and playful environment for children, young patients, through color, technology, and carefully designed social spaces. I was also involved in custom furniture design for this project, like this built-in reception desk, and also this custom play structure for kids. These images were taken directly from the construction workshop during fabrication. I also contributed to the stage design for Italian artist/rapper Sfera Ebbasta's 2024 tour in Milan. My involvement included supporting the design development and visual studies for the stage concept. The structure was conceived as a composition of stacked volumes on top of each other that could open and close and be used by performers at different levels, while also incorporating moving elements and a large central opening that could transform throughout the performance. This was particularly an exciting project to work at because it just started as like some blocks on Rhino and a conceptual diagram into a fully built stage using during a live concert. It gave me a valuable insight in how spatial design, movement, lighting, and performance can come together to create a memorable experience. Thank you very much for taking the time and watching my portfolio representation.